Dear Shrestha viewers, welcome to Shrestha Gnanadayini. The topic we are discussing today is about the common diseases that is affecting us during the hot summer seasons, etc. and what are the measures that we have to take to prevent all these kinds of diseases. So from here after, the topics are very relatable, so I hope it will be so lively and interesting for you to understand and also to remember. So basically speaking, it is only about the 4 different kinds of diseases that we face or understand, like these problems during the summer seasons or something, like when the heat is too much. That is heat exhaustion, heat cramps, heat stroke, heat rash and sunburn. So these are different kinds of problems that we face or diseases. So what is this heat exhaustion? Which means when a body loses large amount of water, excessive sweating, particularly hard physical labor or exercise. So when you do all these kinds of things, then you will definitely lose the fluids and large amount of water from your body. Then your body gets exhausted. Then you find this kind of diseases. And the symptoms of this heat exhaustion are pale and clammy skin and weakness, nausea, headache, muscle cramps, etc. Then what about heat cramps? Why does this happen? This is also because loss of water in the body, excessive amount of fluids and salt, if there is any decline in sodium levels, etc., accompanied by potassium and magnesium. It typically happens during the heavy exertion, and the symptoms of heat cramps are being so painful and brief cramps in muscles like arms, shoulders, abdomen, calves and thighs, and involuntary muscle spasms, etc. So this is about the heat cramps and heat stroke. Heat stroke is usually a very common thing which everyone will listen. So it occurs when the body suffers from a long, intense, prolonged exposure to heat and loses its ability to cool itself. In such condition, brain that doesn't work actually. Normally it regulates the body temperature, malfunctions, and then the individuals who have these diseases, like scleroderma or cystic fibrosis may develop head stroke easily. So be careful. And persons with hyperthermia need to be hospitalized in order to be tested by further complications like muscle breakdown, which can damage the kidneys. So the symptoms of heat strokes are dry, hot and flushed skin and dilated pupils and rapid or weak pulse, shallow breathing, high temperature. So it is at the threat of life. So heat stroke is very dangerous. And what about heat rashes? Now you see this like in a big red or pink rash usually found on areas of the body. They are covered with clothing. So it happens during hot humid conditions and it is most common in children. What happens is heat rash develops when sweat ducts become blocked and swell up, looking like dots or tiny pimples on the skin. It often causes discomfort and itching. Heat rash usually heals on its own in the matter of days, so don't need to worry or make it really infectious by itching, scratching, etc. Just leave it, it will heal its own way. In some cases, like a rash gets infected, like the symptoms are pain and swelling and pus. So these are the symptoms of heat rash. And what happens, symptoms of heat rash are small red spots and itchy, prickly feeling, redness and mild swelling. So these are the symptoms of heat rash. And then sunburn. Because of the ultraviolet rays that is falling directly from the sun on our skin cells gets damaged. And the risk of damage depends on the things like the time of the day, the amount of the time spent in the sun. So sunburn can lead to a long-term skin damage and even skin cancers. So be aware of it. And the symptoms of sunburn are pinkness or redness of the skin, skin that feels warm or hot to touch, pain, tenderness and itching, swelling, small fluid filled blisters which may break, headache, fever, nausea and fatigue if the sunburn is severe, etc. So these are some kinds of causes or diseases that we have to face due to the sun, or some people will be facing it. So what are these measures now? For any measures, for all of these, the main basic thing is have plenty of water, fluids. Keep on sipping water for every 1 hour or half an hour, and a person at least should have 8 liters of water per day. So no matter however you take it, so even more in the summer seasons. So stay indoors itself in the cool places as most as possible. Then also avoid this kind of activities like mysterious things like playing, exercise or something, this kind of activities during the heat of the day. So schedule these activities for some other time, either early morning or in the dark evening, and should not stay in the parked cars for a lengthy time, because that exercise, many things like chemicals will be there, that petrol and all, and if we are sitting in the cars for in the hot summer, then we might get the chances of sunstroke and headache very easily. So wear loose clothing, and loose fitting, lightweight, comfort clothes during the summer like cotton, and take precautionary measures, carrying some umbrella or something like that while you are going out, and wear the covered clothes so that your skin is not exposed to the sun. And also limiting sun exposure during the middays. Mostly avoid your plans in the afternoon while going out, and earlier smaller meals more often, and cold meals such as salad. So you eat smaller meals and take so much of salads and drinks and some kinds of remedies and etc. to avoid yourself going from outside or getting exposed to heat, and avoiding extremely cold liquids, such they cause stomach cramps, because in the hot summer if you are having all these things at all of the sudden, then it can cause cramps in your abdomen. So be careful, and staying in cool and air circulated areas, wherever the most coolest place, even in your house, you stay in that place only and don't move out in this kind of time. So that is the main pressures or the diseases we have due to the hot summer or the hot weather, and the diseases it causes, and how difficult it is to sustain with it is really unimaginable. So just take the measures and be careful. So that is the concept of today, the diseases that is caused by hot weather and its symptoms and its measures. I hope we could relate most of the topics, and if so, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel Shrestha Gnanadayini. Hit the bell icon for more interesting videos, and also share it with all your loved ones. Thank you for watching.